This shuttle system will become the visitor experience in Zion Park. When you arrive in the park, you're blown away. You don't want to be looking at the car ahead of you. You don't want to be stuck in traffic. This allows people to access the park without dealing with traffic, and not to mention the pollution, the noise, the congestion. This shuttle is silent, it is zero emissions, big giant windows, and get to see the park. This is a big part of our new branding called MOVE, and MOVE stands for Mobility Outdoor Visitor Experience. And so not only are people on shuttles, but you ride a shuttle, you get off on a trail, you're hiking, you're biking, you're doing guided tours, you're riding shuttles, and you get to your destination. One of the great things about this is this does become a model for the future. Having regular shuttles moving 1.5 people at a time on a regular interval is actually more effective than having a large bus of 40 people. You can manage a smaller group of people.
What we've got here is a Lightning eMotors E450 platform shuttle. That's going to yield you about 115 miles of range. You will be seeing a lot less maintenance overall. You'll get about 4 times the amount of life out of your brakes, typically about 80,000 miles out of those. A pretty big common question is battery lifespan. It's about 3,000 charge cycles. So probably about 7 to 9 years lifespan on that. On either side we've got camera mirrors just to make sure we're able to get through the Zion tunnel.
The tunnel requires a vehicle to be less than 94 inches. 3 years ago, there wasn't even a shuttle made that would be able to do this duty cycle, and certainly not through Mount Carmel Tunnel.
We've got a power gauge on the gauge cluster rather than an RPM gauge. We have a state of charge display over here that displays your range, how much battery percentage you have, and your electric efficiency. Another couple of differences are that we have a vehicle high voltage ready light that shows that you are ready to go when you're keyed on. And then one other difference that's immediately apparent is that we've got this little heat button here. You actually have to press this heat button, you'll see it displaying red, and that will engage the high voltage heaters and start the vehicle heating up. So if you want to get heat, you have to press this button. Keying the vehicle on, pretty standard. You're going to use your regular OEM key here. The one difference is that instead of going to the full crank position, after you hit that point of resistance in an internal combustion vehicle, you still crank it. In this vehicle, you only go to that point of resistance. You don't have to go any further, and it will turn on. So, demonstrate here. Twist it, leave it. We'll give it a couple seconds. Here it goes through all the checks on the dashboard. Shows you that all the lights are working there, and we are on.
We are working with a few other Clean Cities coalitions that are working with national parks, and they're very excited. We have 8 clean cities that plan to scale and replicate this program.